And for CSS, I'm going to be using Tailwind. And that should be enough to get started. Well, I already started playing with stuff. So let's try that again. And I'm probably going to need to wipe out test databases as well. All right. And this is the fun part of waiting. All right. So we're going to cd into CRMmy, and we're just going to open this in VS Code. And it looks like the project's up and running good. Let's just double check a few things. So, package. I must have typoed something. Let's try that again. CSS is just Tailwind, maybe? Yeah, Tailwind CSS Rails. There we go. That's a bit better. And oh, that's not what we need. We need to go into the CRMmy folder and code that. All right. So config, we've got Tailwind, and our bin dev is doing a proc file, and that's doing the Tailwind watch in the server. That looks good. And for our just going to double check that the JavaScript command I put on there is right. Rails ES build. Rails new ES build. I think that should be just Rails new -J ES build. Okay, I think I got that then. Is it in here? Import. No, we're on the import maps. So I did something wrong again. Sign that I need to start more projects. So now we'll just use JES build. And there we go, ES build. And we're actually starting now. Great. All right. So we have CRMmy, and we've got a package JSON because we're actually doing that. All right. So we are good. And here I'm going to do a bin dev, and see that it's loaded. All right, great. So it's complaining about not having a database, so we're going to do a little bit of Rails db create to get that going. All right. So this is a working project now, so that's good. So we're just do git add dot git commit -m initial commit. All right. So for this project, this is going to be a CRM. So we're going to have users, accounts. For you to be in an account, you need to be, I don't know, membership. So that's in basically the off layer that we'll be looking at there. Inside of that, we're going to have contacts. We're going to have company. Now, one thing that HubSpot does that annoys me is that you can associate contacts and companies together, but if a person leaves a company, it doesn't really handle that. So you have to delete the person, or you have to do something weird. So what I want to do is have something like that's an employment or something like that. That way you can have a person come and keep track of when they. I don't know if employment's necessarily the right thing, because if you just add them, if you add a person today, but they've been working there for 10 years, you wouldn't necessarily go back and retroactively add that. Maybe we will support that though. So that's a very basic of your CRM. You also have activities. This is going to be like emails, notes, calls, meetings, etc. Okay. On here, just speaking of meetings, so HubSpot, again, complaining here. HubSpot lets you create meeting links, but they are permanent. So we want to have static links that are always there. We also want to have maybe like one-time use, or maybe even expiring. Not sure. Okay. Actually, I made a few notes. But what I was thinking that I want here in terms of stuff from the support side, there's going to be tickets. For project management side, there's going to be projects. Kind of a shared thing on this is going to be to-dos, that's also going to be in the tickets as well. I'm probably even into here. I'll just take it to-dos. There's going to probably be comments and messages, but I haven't quite figured out how that should be structured quite yet. For contacts and companies, these need to have shared email / phone numbers. And they should be able to have duplicates of it, so a person might have 5 emails. That's what I'm in. That's the world I live in. Okay. So projects to dos. One thing that I do want to do, and actually the reason that there's a CRMmy project already is I was experimenting with some of the IMAP and SMTP stuff, because I do want to be able to send and receive email with this as well. And just kind of be able to have that. So that's going to be, you're going to have email accounts, mailboxes, which will be used for like tracking stuff, tracking status of syncing and whatnot, and then emails. Yeah, so that's all going to be a thing too. Theoretically, it's probably a bad time to mention this, but we might be able to even have some type of content stuff. So this could be something like posting to Twitter, which, like I said, is probably a bad example for right now. As of like last week, it looks like they might shut down API. So who knows? Anywho. All right, so that's the basics of what we're looking to achieve. So some things I know that we'll be wanting to be doing is, so we're going to be adding clearance, which will be used for user accounts. We're going to be using RSpec Rails, and I can never remember if this is underscore or dash, so we'll see if it yells at us. Actually, let's just add clearance. Let's add our spec Rails. And let's add FactoryBot. Is this FactoryBot Rails? We'll see. I fully expected to get some of that wrong. All right, so FactoryBot Rails, we're going to want that in development and test. And we're going to want clearance in our system. And we're going to actually bump some of these things. Rails, we'll be using Spockets. And I'm just alphabetically sorting these because why not? Take care of this now. And yep, liking all those defaults thus far. Don't know if we'll be adding an API at in the near future, but might as well add this. We will be using, well, we'll see. I can't remember. Our spec Rails, do you do that in both? I think you do. We'll see. Yep. Okay. Install. So that's what we need. And there we go. Let's Rails generate our spec install. Get there. And for FactoryBot Rails, does it have to have anything for us? All right. And I do want to grab. Oh, that's good for now. So that's good, and I think this is for Rails G clearance install. All right. So config environments development. Go through that in there. All right. In our layout, we're going to just chuck that in there for now. And we're going to chuck in the flash. And then let's Rails DB migrate. And I think that we want to bring over the routes. Did they create an initializer already for me? Let's grab their whole thing. The scroll on this with a different resolution is quite odd. Mail sender and rotate are the defaults. All right, that all looks fine for now. And we're probably going to pull in routes. Actually, what I like to do for just so I can easily make sure that things are supposed to be, well, we'll get there, All right, let's grab the routes that it's going to be using. So we'll dump that in. Password is using Clarence. Yeah, that's okay. That's good. Resources. All right, that's all fine. So let's kill this, restart our server because we did bundles on there, and let's go to sign in. And beautiful. All right. So we also want to yarn add at tailwind CSS / forms. And I'll have to remember how to do that. Perfect. Oh, beautiful. All right. So let's sign up. Emails me admin@example.com. Password is password. Don't steal it. Okay. So we've got our base system set up. So let's just go in here, and our spec is good. Yeah, user layouts. Yep. All right. Okay, so we have our base system up and running. All right, so let's start building out things for real. So we've got users. Let's make accounts. So Rails G model count. For right now, let's just give these a name. I've got my microphone over top half my keyboard, so expect typos. Yeah, let's just start off by giving them a name. And is there anything else I know they're going to need? I don't think so. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, all right. So let's go into routes, and we are going to have, all right, so that's all the user stuff. Resources, counts. Yeah. So let's go to accounts. All right. And it's complaining about an accounts controller, of course. Actually, let me take a step back. I'm going to actually do this right. And I don't know. I'll just well, makes it sound like I'm going to do it wrong. That's not true. But this is so basic that I don't know. We should probably. So we can go. I was just looking at whether I want to test drive this. Rails RSpec feature. And users can manage user accounts. All right. All right, so I'm going to cheat a little bit. So there's a step here we're going to want to insert soon, but we're not going to do that right now. So I'm going to say visit the accounts path, and it's going to be the as we're going to create a user. So we got to visit the accounts path, click on new account, fill in name with Acme Inc. Click on create account. So we have created the account. We're going to click on Acme Inc. Fill in name with Acme, new Acme. Click on update account. And at this point, we're going to so we have the account, we clicked on, we updated it, and then maybe I'll delete the account. All right. And start yelling. Why? Oh. And let's add a capybara. All right, and it's complaining about create here, which is because FactoryBot doesn't have its isn't automatically loaded. I believe. No, that's the transition guide. Let's try reading it. There we go. And we'll throw that into the spec folder support. And this is factory.rb. Paste that in. And in our spec, let's see if that works now. User factory is not, it doesn't exist. Yep. User, and we'll make a sequence for the email, and it's going to be my email n@admin.com. I don't think I need anything else. User, yep, that's about it. USD email. All right, let's try it again. It is going to complain about that. All right. Password is password. All right, expected accounts controller, but to declare a file, but it didn't. Now we're in business. Class accounts controller. So I have a shortcut, Command Control Y, that let me just continuously rerun stuff, which ends up being reasonably effective. So missing template. So let's go into here, and we are going to have accounts and index.html.erb. And now it's going to complain. No account is missing. Perfect. All right, so we want to link to Alright, so it's going to be new.html.erb, and in here, wow, so it's complaining about a missing field. So in here we're going to do a form with add account, do form, and this will be form dot text field, and it's going to be name, form with model. Let's fix that. Form with model count form. That's a bit surprising. Form dot label name. There we go. Form dot submit. And that's happening because this account is nil and it does not know what to do with it. So let's actually in here do that. And now it's complaining about the, there we go. So right now I'm just gonna, can't really fail, so I'll add the error checking later on. And we'll redirect back to the account's path. And it's going to complain about, wow, actually, truly GDD would have broke that down more, but that's fine. Why am I doing counts params? All right, and that's because the index isn't loading anything. Counts equals account dot all for now. And let's hop back down to the index. And in here we want to do be found. And now I'm calling the edit dot. Instead of this having this form in both places, this lets me just have it in a single place, which is pretty standard practice for forms. And all right. Link to I can never remember if it's the method delete or method destroy. We'll find out. And the destroy action. Perfect. All right. Woohoo. Perfect. So there's a lot of scaffolding and support that goes into that first test, and let's just run through. So we have our target counts, we have our count, we have our form, our edit, our index, our new routes are added, migration, the schema's added, gem file for capybara. There's an account factory. Let's actually change that factory. I don't like just having my string and stuff like this, because when you are looking through your debugging and stuff like that, it's problematic. Email, password, good first spec, count, yep, and yep. All right. All right, now let's actually make the successfully and guests should not be able to do this. So if I just go to visit accounts path, expect page .con to have content. What does this do right now? So all right, so in here, we go to accounts new. And actually, I'm now seeing, yep, typo there. So let's clean that up. We haven't pushed this anywhere, so let's just fix that. And so we're going to sign in. So here we probably want like a, what is that, an H2 sign in. So we just have content. So we shouldn't have a expect page not to have content new account, and it does. So for that, if we grab that require, then we will be good. Perfect. All right, so we have users, we have accounts. They don't have a relationship between them, and everyone can see everyone's account, which isn't great. So we actually want to have a membership that makes a relationship between them. I think it'll be the last thing that I do for today. So in here, we're going to Rails G model membership. And this is going to have a user references account references, and eventually this is going to have role and invitation status, which means that the user could be not null, or so the user could be null. So we've been like a status as well, but we'll just leave that for now. So in here we have a user. Null is true for user. We'll take this out of here. We'll go into the membership model. User optional is true. All right. So belongs to account. And all right, so if we go to the user, okay, so we can go as many member. Oh, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Wow. Has many accounts, has many memberships, has many accounts through memberships. And for account, has many memberships, has many users through memberships. Okay. Okay. So for this, we need to change the accounts controller instead of count.all. It's going to be current user dot accounts, and that is going to break that's going to break our test. Line 7. Oh, yeah. So I didn't run my whole test suite, so this is failing. I'm not using this as it comes from the clearance backdoor. So that's in the environments test. So config environments test. Actually, while I'm in here, I'm going to enable that. All right. All right. So it isn't creating that relationship when we first set things up. So what we're going to want to do is in the accounts controller for right now, when we create, we're going to create the account, save that, and we are also going to do a membership.create, and this is going to have user current user count. All right, let's try that again. So if we delete the count, we need to. So we need to go into the account, has many memberships, and if I delete the account, and I always spell that word wrong. Dependent. Perfect. All right, so that is working. You can create, you can delete. We are building a relationship. And I already created an account in here, I think. No, I did not. Okay, good. All right. Signed in as admin, new account. All right, Acme Kent, Inc. What's going on there? Oh, delete Acme. All right. So we've got users set up, we've got accounts set up, we have relationships set up between them, and we have a test scaffold that we can run through all those things. So that's a pretty good place to stop for now. Yeah, we'll probably get to the next steps. We'll probably be looking at adding the contacts companies to the accounts. Yeah, going from there. All right, take care.